Hello and welcome. In this section, you will learn about selection structure. This topic can be found in page 28 of your programming manual. To start off, we learned last time about sequential structure, in which a program is executed line per line or instruction per instruction. However, there are times that you want to skip some of this instruction or even go to a different part of your program. There are times that you want to branch out your codes or you want to have multiple choices or options. To do that, we need to learn about selection structure. Selection structure, there are two methods. The first method is the if-else method, and the second one is the switch method. In this topic, we will focus more in the if-else structure. To start off, when we use the if-else structure or if-else statement, of course, we need to use the if and the else command. Usually, the if command or the if command is followed with the true statement, in which case the if is the true statement handler. On the other hand, else is the false statement handler. So in order for a computer to whether to choose to go to the true statement or the false statement, we need to also place a condition for a computer to choose from. In this case, we place the condition after the if. And in this parenthesis, we need to place a Boolean result, which is composed of either 1 or 0. Now, so if we place there a value of 1, therefore that result will go into the true statement. And if we place there or the result is a 0, which is a false statement, it will go to the else statement. So to try this out, we can have this code. Let's say, for example, we need to display this word. This is the true statement. Then we close it up. Then, oops. So this is the true statement. Then for the cout, we'll just copy this. For the else statement, we can say that this is the false statement. So if we place there 1, therefore the output should display this is the true statement. So if we run this code, we can see that this is the true statement. We can also try the other one, which is 0. If the Boolean expression there is 0, or the result is 0, then we can say that the result will display in the else condition, skipping over the if condition. So if we run this one, we can see that this is the false statement. Now, in order to really appreciate the if-else statement, we need to learn about relational expression. Usually in elementary or in high school, we learn the relation expression as greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, or equal to, or not equal to. Now, in order to place this one into a code, let's say, for example, you have this relational expression, 12 is greater than 5. And in this statement, we can see that it is true. So therefore, when we run this program, we will see that it will go into the if-else statement. It will go to the if statement, skipping over the else statement. So let's try. So we can see that it says here, this is the true statement. And if we make this one a false statement, and therefore if you run this one, it will go to the false statement. Okay. Now we can even try the equal to, and since this is not equal to, and therefore if we run that one, it will go to the false statement. And if we say not equal to, and therefore it will go to the true statement, because these constants are not equal. So if we run this one again, we can say that it is true statement. We can also use, or the condition here can also use variables. So we learned last time when we create variables, we say the float. We first define the container or our variables. So we'd say A and B, and we will assign this value. Let's say, for example, A now becomes 5, or another example, 6, and B now is equals to 7. So if we replace this one into different variables, if we say A and B, and if we read the expression, we can say is A is not equal to B, therefore the result of this should be false, or should be true because they are not equal. Because A is 6, B is 7, so it will go into this statement. So if we run that one, it will say this is a true statement. Now, if we make this one as that, it means that since B is 7 and B again is 7, therefore and if we use there not equal to, therefore the statement here is now false. So it will now go into the false statement. So if we run that one, we can see that it goes into the false statement. Now another thing that you need to learn aside from this relational expression is logic operations or logic expressions. So in logic expressions, if we have and, usually we type it as and, double n %. And if we type the or, we have there in this logical operators, we have three. We have the and, or, and we have the not. So if we have this is the and we have the or, that symbol can be found above your enter keys. And of course, with the other one is the not, in which case you have this. Okay, so it means that we try to change the value if the Boolean expression there is true. Because of this, it will become the opposite. And we will try that one here in our if-else condition. So let's say, for example, we are going to use the and we know that and means that if two statements are true, then of course that's the only time that the Boolean expression becomes true. So in this case, let's say for example, A is less than B, and we have there an AND statement. So you can have this, but let's be careful with our statement. So let's make use of braces to identify the grouping. And we have there, let's say B is not equal to B. So in this case, in this statement, we say that A is less than or equal to B, which is true, and we AND it with A. This one is also, however, in this case, this is false. So this is true, and this is false. So when you use the AND, it means that if there is one false, the whole statement becomes false. So therefore, it should go into this else statement. So let's try if we are correct. So we can see that it goes into the false statement. So if we are going to use and, or, in an or statement, it means that if there is only single or, single truth, then everything should be true. So in this case, since this is true and this is false, then the statement should also be, or should be, or the Boolean expression of this should be a true statement. So if we run this one, and therefore it is a true statement. And if we are going to change or use the not operation, then we can say, again, we have to be careful with our groupings. So it means that this one, the result of this is knotted at the end. So if we are going to run this one, so last time we say that it is, since it's or is this true, this is false, and this is true, then therefore it goes here. However, we change that value by using the not, then therefore it will go in the false statement. If you run this, we can see there that it goes into the false statement. So that is the basic of how you are going to write the if-else pseudocode or if-else structure. In the next topic, we will learn more about the if-else and other techniques in using if-else.